Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this special celebration of the Bay Area's Hispanic community. I'm Teresa Estacio. President Biden once said, Hispanic heritage in America is American heritage. That especially rings true in our community, where everywhere you look, you may find signs of the Hispanic culture embedded deep within the people and institutions that help shape the places we call home. Like the Blanca Alvarado School in San Jose, which is where our coverage begins tonight. Named after the first Latina to ever serve as San Jose City Council member, Vice Mayor, and Santa Clara County Supervisor. After some work on local farms, she became an activist to make sure that those who look like her got a seat at the table. KRON4's Elisa Gamonian sat down with her for a one-on-one interview to reflect on her life's work.
You speak Spanish? ¿Cómo no? ¿Cómo no? ¿Y tú también?
At 92 years old, Blanca Alvarado still makes time for her community. Affectionately nicknamed La Madrina, or the godmother of East San Jose, Alvarado has continuously been recognized for her 60 years of activism. Today we meet inside of a tuition-free charter school in Alum Rock, named in her honor, Alpha Blanca Alvarado.
The love that I get from these kids is really, really personal, and I can't speak enough about it.
Alvarado was raised by a coal miner in Colorado. When she was a teen, her family came to San Jose for what was supposed to be a temporary stay while her father worked in the fields. When he got a permanent job as a foreman, Alvarado planted roots and went to work. She explains she was drawn to public service early on in high school.
For the poor, we wanted to have food drives, clothing drives, and so our idealism was reflected at that moment. But throughout my entire life, there has been examples of activism, not by myself, but in combination with other movements.
Later in life, Alvarado married but divorced. As a single mom to 5 children, she always kept a day job to support her family, but remained deeply involved in grassroots movements. She worked alongside civil rights icons like Cesar Chavez to help start the United Farm Workers Union.
The farm worker movement, I think, activated so many of us at a higher level. We had been grassroots people for a long time, looking for equality and justice in pursuit of our right to achieve elevations within society.
Then in 1978, Alvarado, who was already entrenched in the community, says a stranger walked into her office and introduced himself as a candidate for council member to represent East San Jose. That's when she says it was time to take the lead herself, so that someone familiar with the people and local issues would be at the helm.
I had no plans to run for the city council until that incident happened. And that was the spark plug. That was the motivator.
So my understanding is the voting system had to be overhauled so that each district voted for their individual representative, and that's how you were able to get elected.
To break it up, the city into 10 districts, was the first opportunity for people like myself from specific areas of the city to be elected to govern.
At 49 years old, Alvarado would be elected as the first Latina to San Jose City Council in 1980. Embodying the representation she so desperately wanted to see in local politics. She later moved on to serve as vice mayor and as a supervisor for Santa Clara County.
I imagine there's a lot of pressure in being the first.
I opened the door for a lot of people that the door had been closed on for a long, long time. And I think that's probably more important than being the first.
From battling slumlords to creating a first-of-its-kind children's health initiative and building the Mexican Heritage Plaza, Alvarado says she's always strived to govern by reflecting the views and the needs of the community. The cultural hub still plays host to all types of festivities for everyone to enjoy.
You've served the South Bay for 6 decades. What's it like to know that the seeds you planted then are still bearing fruit of your labor?
I've had many careers, and I've done many things. But it's been a full life, and I have no regrets about any part of it.
Alvarado is optimistic that the next generation will be inspired to continue a mission in caring for the people around them. Reporting in San Jose, I'm Elisa Gamonian.
1, 2, 3. We love you, Blanca!
I love you very, very, very much.
Challenging stereotypes and captivating audiences one show at a time. It's not always easy to do both, but this mariachi band featuring several talented women musicians know a thing or two about breaking barriers. KRON4's Amanda Harry sat down with members of the band and brings us their stories.
For more than a decade, the music has continued to play. Mariachi Femenil Orgullo Mexicano began their journey back in 2007. It was founded on the San Francisco State campus by Ninfa Iglesias and Lilia Chavez. Both came from families of mariachi musicians, and they thought it would be special to put together a band that celebrates women in a music genre largely dominated by men.
I can say that every time we perform somewhere and there are little girls present, or even young, older women, when they see that the entire ensemble is all female, you can see their eyes brighten up, especially the little girls.
Ninfa Iglesias says they've had different members over the years, and at times it's been difficult to keep people.
As women musicians, we have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of aspects that pull and tug us in different directions.
She says women sometimes feel different pressures than male musicians, like pregnancy and raising a family. But through her own life, she's always made the band a priority. Nayeli Limon first joined the band at just 15. She's now 30. She took a break from the band when she went to Southern California for college, but came back.
I was missing this aspect of my life, so coming back and playing mariachi was more of like, I needed this. This is me. This is my entity. This is who I am.
She started playing the vihuela and joined her first mariachi band at just 7 years old. She played in a co-ed group before finding this band.
We felt more connected, or it just felt right.
After the first practice, she knew this is where she belonged. The band has performed consistently throughout the Bay Area over the last 16 years, and they're looking forward to the next 16.
Of course, with gray hair and everything, of course.
Amanda Harry, KRON4 News.
So what do your roots mean to you? To connect with them means to embrace your heritage. To put down new roots means to start a new legacy. The Oakland Roots and Soul Soccer Club has found a way to do both. As KRON4's Michael Thomas tells us, it's by showcasing the sport's ability to bring cultures together and celebrating the city that they call home.
The Oakland Roots has a fan base across the Bay Area, and players tell me many times it's the Hispanic heritage and the Spanish language that connects them to become one. The Hispanic population in Oakland accounts for about 27% of the city, according to the U.S. Census. And professional soccer player and Ecuador native Giselle Cedeño, who now plays for the Oakland Roots, says it's a population that feels like home, especially on game day.
You have Mexicans, Colombian, Ecuadorians, Hondurans. And it's very nice to see all these people going to the stadium, and you can feel the support.
Support that the Oakland Roots has been getting since 2018. That's when it was built with the purpose of uniting, inspiring, and bringing hope to the Oakland community. And Cedeño says for the Hispanic community, those are all things needed, especially for those who are first generation.
As a kid living in Ecuador, you're found in different situations where you don't have the best of everything, but you can make the best out of every single thing.
The Oakland Roots head coach Noah Delgado, who's from Fremont, says having this professional soccer team in Oakland is really a game changer for the Hispanic community, especially for the young Hispanic kids.
What the club does and represents helps to motivate some of the young kids in the community that see people like them playing professional soccer.
The love for soccer, or football, as it's said in Spanish, is endless in this community. And the Oakland Roots are providing that sense of home for people. And when it comes to the kids, well, Cedeño says every game he can see the hope in their eyes that anything is possible. And being a part of that is one of his biggest drives.
That's why when they ask me for my autograph, I'd rather stay and give it to every kid, because I know what it means to them, because I was a kid once.
The team is currently trying to build a facility next to the Coliseum in Oakland. It's there they hope to get a larger fan base and, of course, connect people of all backgrounds, and specifically those with a Hispanic background, so they feel a little bit more at home. In Oakland, Michael Thomas, KRON4 News.
To provide so much more of my knowledge, so much more of my advocacy for an underrepresented and under-marginalized group, especially when it comes to higher education.
Still ahead, meeting the unique needs of undocumented students and helping them chart a path to success. How this local community college excels where so many others fall short. California's community college system, with its 116 campuses, prides itself on offering academic opportunities to all students. However, a recent report suggests that not every campus is able to meet the unique needs of undocumented students. But that is not the case at Skyline Community College in San Mateo County. I got a chance to see firsthand the work being done there to help transform lives.
Words of encouragement to just knowing yourself and freeing yourself. And I think that's a big theme for our students here in the Undocumented Community Center, right? Where
Find your voice.
Find your voice, find your vision.
Martine Marquez is the Program Services Coordinator for the Undocumented Community Center at Skyline College in San Bruno. Growing up with immigrant parents, he says helping others navigate higher education is deeply personal. The whiteboard with its inspirational messages is just one of several ways Marquez says his team is trying to reshape college and make it a successful experience for undocumented students.
I'm able to expand all of those experiences, and I'm able to provide so much more of my knowledge, so much more of my advocacy for an underrepresented and under-marginalized group, especially when it comes to higher education.
The latest figures from the California Community College system show that 50 to 70,000 undocumented students attend one of the 116 campuses in the state. A recent chancellor's report also revealed shortcomings for the group, such as failing to provide an adequate support system to help students earn a degree or advance to a four-year institution.
Undocumented students don't have a lot of those opportunities. Being in a space like this, it means that I can heighten and strengthen my advocacy for students that just want an education.
From financial aid assistance to emotional and mental health support to nutrition, such as maintaining a snack area for free, Marquez says that he and the team have worked hard to make this a safe community space.
So I am immigrant myself. I had to face a lot of social and economic obstacles just for me to be here today.
Arthur Alonzo is one of the team members at the center. With his sights aimed at law school, he enjoys tackling problems for the students.
It is a great contribution and also a great training for the future position that I'm going to be taking in a law firm, providing assistance for other undocumented and immigrants that wants to build a future in America.
Marquez says that the center has helped more than 500 students in his nearly 2-year tenure. Sandro Batista is one of those students. Batista shared with me how the center has changed his life and looks forward to heading to either San Jose State or Merced for a business degree.
We put in the back, ask me about the UCC.
Oh, that's nice.
So, because people wouldn't know what the UCC is since it's a new name.
You can kind of be like a walking billboard.
Exactly. So we'll have our students wearing the hoodies.
Just like the name, the center lives and breathes around creating a community among students. And it is clear this space is making a lasting impression on all it touches.
I came from a continuation school. It was really hard to focus in school and stuff like that. And when I got here, I got really comfortable.
Coming up, it's reggaeton with a little Bay Area flair. How La Doña channels her Mission District roots to put her stamp on the genre. From the Mission District to the main stage at Outside Lands, La Doña is a rising reggaeton star. And as Rolling Stone magazine recently claimed, she is a diehard to her community. KRON4's Sarah Stenson sat down with the singer-songwriter to learn more about her Chicana heritage shaping her music.
Cecilia Cassandra Peña Govea is a San Francisco native. She records music under the name La Doña. Her songs are now streamed millions of times on Spotify. But it all started in her Bernal Heights family home with her parents and sister. She grew up playing in the family band La Familia Peña Govea.
I was actually born upstairs and amongst a lot of family, a lot of parties, a lot of culture and community.
Peña Govea was destined for a career in music, but since it consumed her upbringing, she decided to take a break in her late teens.
Gave me the space to kind of discover my own interests and to start to find my way back to music.
And she found her way back to music in a big way, as La Doña. The name stems from a nickname given to her by friends.
La Doña means usually it refers to the older lady, boss of the house, or the person who runs the business.
She mixes Latin music, cumbia, salsa, all kinds of genres with a Bay Area flair. She even raps.
What's special to me is being able to bring them all together and do it in such a way that people with my similar backgrounds, Chicanos or Chicanx people, Latinx people, and everyone who's kind of had that taste of the Bay Area or of the diversity that we feel in California, that they're able to have that connection.
La Doña is a family affair. Her father and childhood friends are in the band. She invites her mom and sister up on stage as well. This has been a big year for her as La Doña performed at Outside Lands on the main stage.
Playing at Outside Lands was definitely a dream come true. It was so amazing to be at home and to be on such a big stage like that.
La Doña was also featured on President Barack Obama's summer music playlist. But behind all the success of La Doña is Peña Govea, who says the only recognition she needs is from the community that raised her.
To see multiple generations, 4 generations of San Francisco locals appreciate my music and tell me that they're proud of me and that they're excited by my music, that's pretty much all I need.
Peña Govea not only works on music for La Doña, but she also teaches music in Oakland as a fellow for the California Arts Commission.
Showing them how to connect with their own creativity and find their own voice.
La Doña travels the world playing music, but she says one of the strongest Latinx communities she's ever experienced is right here in the Bay Area.
Just incredibly blessed with such a rich diversity of music, culture, food, art. It's really special and not something that you see in other places.
I'm Sarah Stinson reporting KRON4 News.
Up next, it might be the biggest taco the Bay Area has to offer. We'll show you what's inside and what inspired this chef to go all out or go home. There are tacos, and then there are these massive tacos. Daniel Ortega is the mastermind behind these creations, and they are attracting customers from all over the state. KRON4's Vicky Liviakis introduces us to the man behind a meal like no other.
There you go, the giant birria taco. Yeah. You're welcome.
It's a new take and size on a Mexican favorite. These gigantic tacos are drawing customers from all over the Bay Area and even California to a taco truck in San Jose.
Sounds good, thank you.
Owned by Daniel Ortega.
About 6 months ago, we decided to do a giant birria taco. We wanted to do something different, something that has never been done. So we came up with the bright idea of doing the world's giant birria taco. Okay, so we're here, right here we have Monica on the tortilla press. That's a custom-made one that we had to order all the way from Mexico because you can't just find these here. So right here, she's pressing out the tortilla. So here we got the corn tortilla, hecha a mano. We put it on the griddle and get it nice and toasty, ready to go. As we add the ingredients, we add a mixture of cheese. We add the meat, the birria meat, onions, cilantro. Okay, so right here we got the sauce that you see that's poured on top of the tortilla. That's our secret sauce right there. That's grandma's special recipe.
A secret ingredient.
We only use one sauce.
It's what really gives the tacos that kick, that spice, and what's guaranteed to be a family secret for generations. Trust me, we tried.
And you can't tell us what's in the sauce.
I could tell you, but I would have to.
Okay, understood.
Ortega says he never went to school for business. Instead, he learned everything he needs for success from his parents, who immigrated from Jalisco, Mexico in the 70s.
And I learned how to work because of my father and my mother. I learned my hustle from my father. There's a lot of things that I'm so grateful and thankful to God because my father taught me a lot in life.
The giant tacos are attracting foodies up and down the state.
110?
Our furthest customers that we had was Los Angeles area, as far as Santa Rosa, Napa, Modesto, for all over California.
Thank you. Terry and Lynn Caldwell celebrated their 39th wedding anniversary with the super-sized taco.
As good as our wedding dinner, huh?
Good food and good people. Ortega says he's blessed to share his special dish with so many people and to give back to his community.
They support me, people support me, and I support them back. And that's what separates Con Sabor a Mexico from a lot of these other food trucks or restaurants here in San Jose.
Vicky Liviakis, KRON4 News.
Ortega says that he has no plans to stop making his signature tacos, and he's considering ways to expand the business. We wish him the very best. Thank you for joining us tonight as we help to honor the Bay Area's rich and diverse Hispanic heritage. I'm Teresa Estacio. If you want to see any of these stories again, you can find them on our website, KRON4.com. Have a great night.